All right, we all know what this is. This is a screwdriver, right? We've got a drawer full of tools that replace the screwdriver, which we shouldn't be using, to do various jobs. I'm going to spend a few minutes and just go through the different kind of tools we use and what they do. All right, so let's start with this. This is an awl. I have 3 or 4 different sizes. It's a tool I use a lot. What an awl is used for, it can make holes in wood, leather, to start a screw or something like that if you don't want to use a drill. But mainly it's an alignment tool. You drill something in and then you're trying to put the screw in, or you're trying to find a hole like on an interior panel or something like that, and you can use the awl to kind of twist and find what you're trying to do. Don't use a small screwdriver for that. These are specially made tools. They're available anywhere and they're cheap as chips. Here we have a pry bar. I've got these in all sizes. I've got them in this long if you need to, depending on what you're doing. You're trying to move an engine or something. But a pry bar is, first off, it's curved a little bit, so it's safer to use than a screwdriver, and it's made more solid so it won't break like a screwdriver. So consider getting some pry bars, again, available anywhere. Get some pry bars, keep them in your toolbox. So these are punches, another good tool to have in your box. They come in a lot of sizes. This also makes a very good alignment tool for larger stuff. You're trying to put a transmission in and you can get in here to kind of start to get the cross member into the right place. It's really, this is a tool I use a lot. I use them to push bolts in and out. You've got a bolt that's kind of stuck. You tap it to move the bolt out. If you need a smaller one, there's smaller ones. There's larger ones. You get a little selection of these. They have a lot of uses. Keep them in your toolbox. Here's something else to consider. These are brass punches, different sizes, and you use brass. Brass is softer than steel, so you use brass on brass, or you can use brass on steel if you're trying not to mark something. So it is softer. You don't whack the hell out of something with a brass punch, but in certain circumstances, you don't want to mar the finish or mess things up. You use brass. You know, a brass punch does less damage to threads. It's just softer and easier, but sometimes it's not strong enough. So this is a center punch. It's a variation on a punch. It's designed to start a hole for drilling. You basically put it on the metal, and you hear it click, and it makes a little hole that makes it easier to start drilling. Drill doesn't slip around when you use a centering punch. The final tools I want to talk about today are hollow or upholstery punches. So what these hollow punches allow you to do is easily make a neat hole. Now one bit of advice, you'll want to be on a solid surface. If you're on a piece of carpet, you won't have enough force to make the hole, but get on a solid surface. I always use a block of wood because this will tear up whatever's behind it. So that makes a nice, neat little hole that you can easily then put a screw through or whatever it is you need to do. So here's an example on a little piece of rubber sheet. Let's say you're trying to make a gasket or something. Perfect hole with a hollow or upholstery punch. All right, so hopefully I've convinced you not to use a screwdriver for anything but putting screws in. These are the tools we use to do some of these jobs. If you like this sort of stuff, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and we have all kinds of information on restoration at classicmotorsports.com.